Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode on the survival world. That's right, we are back once again. We are in the starter base, and I don't know if you notice, but my voice might sound ever so slightly different, and that is because I have purchased myself a brand new microphone. That's right, I have bought a Blue Yeti microphone, and it is a beast. It's an absolute beast. It sounds really, really good. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode on the survival world. That's right, we are back once again. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode on the survival world. That's right, we are back once again, and it is massive. It's massive compared to my old microphone. So the reason I bought this new one is because my old microphone unfortunately broke. The port stopped working, and I tried to resolder it, but it just didn't end up working. I soldered it on the wrong side of the board for some reason, and yeah, I ended up totally stuffing the inside. So that really sucks. Very unfortunate. I've tried to repair it quite a few times in terms of the port in the past, and I have managed to do so successfully. I actually replaced it at one point, but recently, yeah, it stopped working. So that's unfortunate. Anyway, we have a new microphone now, and it sounds really nice. Another thing, no Faithful. That's right, we are not using Faithful anymore. I kind of decided I don't really love Faithful. I don't want to flip between, you know, faithful, not faithful all the time. But I don't know. I like the default textures. I forgot how much I like the default textures. So yeah, I'm going to be using the default textures here. I might change like my tools to the faithful textures maybe or something, because I really love the faithful pickaxe. It's so pointy. I tried to make my pickaxe more pointy, but it's not the same. It's not the same. So who knows? Maybe I'll end up putting faithful tools in there. But anyway, no idea. Something else I want to mention is, boom, Things to Mention, Volume 1. This, episode 25, a new mic, nether tunnels, and this book, that's right. So, yeah, other things I need to mention, obviously the nether tunnels. So, what do I mean by that? Well, also death count. I added a death counter because I thought it would be interesting, and the way I actually got that is from here. In the stats, it says number of deaths, 20 right there, so I got that stat from there and just set it to 20 on the scoreboard. So yeah, that's pretty good. Now if we head through here, you will notice that it looks a little bit different. I made direct paths. One went to the witch farm right there, and the other one goes over to the end portal. So yep, you can see the end portal over there, or the nether portal that goes to the end portal anyway. And where I'm going to be building some sort of a base. I want to build a base there. And I was thinking about it a little bit more. I don't really want to put every farm in one base. I think that would be a little bit boring. So I'm probably going to have a storage system there and maybe a couple other farms. But yeah, wow, this place looks a lot different. I will say, it looks a lot different. But I kind of, oh jeez, sorry about that. I don't have my microphone on a boom arm anymore because I don't have an attachment for it. So if I accidentally donk my microphone a few times, just like that, jeez. I apologize for that. Anyway, today we are going to be doing some more work over by the Witch Farm project, the Witch Hub, right here. So in the previous episode, we went ahead and built this. You can see there's some bees. This is the bee breeder. So this is where we've been breeding a whole lot of bees, and I've got all the breeding cells full. And what I've actually gone ahead and done is filled up this beehive full of bees right here, and I made a little temporary farm right here, little temporary honeycomb farm. And if we look in here, wow! This thing has been producing a lot! That is more than we're going to need for quite a long time. So let me just make sure, yep, I definitely have silk touch on this pickaxe. Let's grab that here and let's pick all of this up. I am surprised we had that many! I am honestly surprised. Anyway, so I guess that's that temporary farm out of the way. What I'm going to go ahead and do for the rest of today's episode is, well, the goal for today's episode is to build some of the honeycomb farms and the honey farms in this section here. So it's going to be mostly repetitive. I've already designed them in a testing world, which I'll show you in a second here. I just need to find a place for all these shears. I'm going to have to, yeah, I think I'm going to have to go ahead and, you know, dump out some stuff from this chest. Like, this chest is almost full. You can see the lamp system working. That lamp system is working over there. But obviously, these are eventually going to be turned over to the witch farm drops, and as well as, you know, the honey farm drops. But of course, I want to finish the stat keeper machine before I have all of that up and running. So, yeah, anyway, I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to hop into the other world and show you the design I've come up with for the honey farms and the honeycomb farm. I think I've shown this design in quite a few different episodes now. I did not want to destroy that, but here is the design I'm going to go with. So it's got 2 modules per section, and this was built a little bit differently. This is what it originally was going to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. So it'll be 4 sections along here. That is 8 honey farms, 16 honey farms in this area. We are going to be swimming in honey, absolutely swimming in it. But that's really, really good because I want a lot of honey for a bunch of different projects. And plus, it's just cool to have a lot of farms of different things. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, gather up the materials for that. I don't know where a mesa is. I might have to look on Mine Atlas for that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to gather the materials for that, and I'll be back with you once I have all the materials and I'm ready to start building these things. Oh, and also, the redstone. Here is the redstone for it. Pretty simple. We've got, this, which goes around and activates this when it gets to honey level 5, which is seen through this comparator. And this is just a honey bottle item filter right there. Pretty simple. And we also have this going on here, so we can take a comparator output from that to detect, this is getting very convoluted, but to detect if there are missing bottles in there, essentially. So that should work fine. Maybe if, no, we can't put a redstone block there. Yeah, so that should work, and then we'll be able to, run that into the machine that we're going to have that distributes the bottles. So, yeah, that's essentially how that's going to work. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to gather the materials, and I'll be back with you once I have done that. Alright, so I've got to head all the way over to 7,000, and on the way, I found this ocean monument, which is the one that's really rather close to the stronghold, which is where I want to build some form of a base. But we also have this ocean monument. Sorry, I have mining fatigue, that's why I'm hitting and my firework is going so slow. But we have another ocean monument here, and believe it or not, wait for it, where is it? That's the one with the stronghold. That's another one. That's another one. And there's another one over in this direction. Is there another one off in this direction, or am I going crazy? There is. There's another one. There's another one off in this direction. So 1, 2, and then if we head over here, 3, and if we keep going along here, should be 1, 4. Yeah, there we go. That is weird. 4 ocean monuments really, really close to each other. That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. What we are going to do with those? Probably nothing, except for, the one that's closest to the end portal. But, just interesting observation. I thought I saw another one there for a second. So I apologize for recording at night here, but you can see there's a mushroom island all the way down here. We have a really massive mushroom island, actually. Wow, this is big. Yeah, I reckon we could definitely do something with this in the future. Anyway, we should be coming up on the mesa biome any minute now. Hopefully very, very soon. We're at 6,000 blocks. Only 1,000 more to go. And let's just keep flying along here. Hopefully we'll come across it pretty soon and see some interesting stuff along the way, I guess. Like that mushroom island. I do have to say though, this place is reminding me a little bit of Minecraft with Try. Not gonna lie. If you don't remember what Minecraft with Try was, to be fair, fair enough. I barely remember what it was like myself because, we did like 3 episodes on it, unfortunately. Not a huge amount, but yeah, basically it was a series that was going to be what this series is right now. I wanted to make a series exactly like this, but I called it Minecraft with Try, and it flopped. It absolutely flopped. Here's the mesa. Okay, cool. Yeah, that series never really came into fruition, unfortunately. Oh, just as it's becoming day. That's great. Yeah, unfortunately, Minecraft with Try never really happened. I wish that it did, because, well, I did wish that it did back then. I'm really happy with where the world has gone so far in, this series and where the channel's going and stuff. Again, thank you for all of the support. That's right, we only need haste 1 for this thing. I've brought a few shulkers with me, and I brought a beacon, so we can just decimate this, all this, terracotta here. And, yeah, but anyway, I want to say while I'm mining here, thank you for all the support that has been given out recently. It's been absolutely incredible, as always, and, yeah, again, things are going really, really well. They have been for quite a while, and, yeah, I really appreciate all you guys, you know, watching the videos, leaving positive feedback and stuff like that. It's really, really awesome to see that, you know, what I'm making, people are watching and enjoying, and my effort is definitely worth it when you see comments, you know, of people saying that it's a good video, and just people commenting in general. It's really nice, and you know, even just seeing people watch the video, and it's really awesome. It really is. So yeah, thank you all for the extremely positive feedback on you know, the whole series, the series as a whole, I guess. This beacon really doesn't reach very far, does it? But yeah, I'm gonna gather the rest of these. I'm gonna get a whole lot more hardened clay right here, and I'll be back with you once I have gone ahead and gathered a whole load of this. Something really cool I've just noticed about this mesa, is that it's an island. It's a mesa island. Like, literally, if we go over here, you know, the mesa keeps going over here, but it doesn't actually connect to any other biomes other than the mesa. Oh, other than that little area there, but I think that's all considered ocean, right? Yeah, it's all considered ocean. So, yeah, this is just a massive mesa island, which I actually really like. I kind of want to build something here in the future. Unfortunately, we have just ripped out a big section of it, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. I think in the future, I'm going to go ahead and mine over in one of the other mesas, because it connects, or it doesn't connect, but there's another mesa right over here that we could also, you know, mine out. So I think this is going to become our mining mesa, somewhere over the far side of this mesa, unless this is a... no, this definitely isn't an island. But yeah, that is a really cool mesa island, and I actually really, really like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use that as a building. I'm going to build something there. I want to build something here eventually. This series is going to be very long lasting, and I have some pretty cool ideas. And I want to build a whole bunch of builds. I've got so many builds that I've always wanted to do, and that, you know, new builds that are forming all the time that I want to do. And so, yeah, that's definitely going to be something for the future. Anyway, for now, I'm going to head back to the Witch Hub. I'm going to go ahead, build some more of the, well, I'm going to head back to the Witch Hub and start building the honey farms. There we go. Alright, so I believe I have all the materials right here, so let's go ahead and start building this thing. So, it goes in a little something like this. Now, I have decided something with these, which I'll get to in a bit. But anyway, before I get into that, let's not forget the task at hand. So then I believe it's grass. So this will be for 2 modules, I guess. So the grass will be there, right? Let me just double check. Yep. Okay, grass goes there. Then we have poppies on top, and then we have the pattern that we had before with, you know, this bottom pattern here with the circle stone and the andesite right there. So we build this up like this, I think, like so, and then that has to go in the corner, and then we have an andesite stair right there, and then that I guess would carry over, but hang on, we don't have to worry about the pattern in the center. Okay, so let's do a little something like this, build this up, and that'll have to be a circle stone right there, and then right here, just like so. Yep, I think that is what we need. And then we have another andesite stair right there. Then another glowstone, and then we literally just need glass in, and that is the aesthetics anyway for that for that module done. So let's take a look at it from the sky. Looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. That was not meant to rhyme, but it did. Anyway, so yeah, that was a phantom. That is the module for, you know, that includes 2 honey farms in each. So we're going to have that there, and there. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to repeat this design quite a number of times. I might actually not place the glass in yet, because we're going to have to place in the beehives at the back, right? So I'm going to go ahead and not place all this glass in. Anyway, I'm going to build a whole load of modules all along the sides here, and I'll be back with you once I have done that. Well, that's incredibly infuriating. I was 1 poppy short. I believe we should have some in here. Yep, I'm just going to take one from there, chuck that in there. There we go. We now have all the aesthetics done for these honey farms, other than the glass, of course. And I'm not going to say it's coming together, but it's starting to come together. Yep, it is. It's looking good. It's looking good. I'm really happy with how this thing is turning out, how this whole project is turning out. Every time we do another episode, build more things, build more modules in the side here. I love calling them modules because they are. You just slot them in, you build them. Oh, it's great. Anyway, yeah, this place is starting to look really, really cool. Not starting to. It's looked really, really cool since the start, but it is looking really, really cool. And, now, what I want to do for these are going to be honeycomb farms. So these are all honey farms going along here. That's a lot of honey farms, right? But I want to have honeycomb farms here. I don't know. I'm not actually 100% sure if I want to. Thinking about it now. Yeah, I want to. I want to put honeycomb farms there. So is that going to be enough double chests for the stuff? Let me have a think here for a second. So oh my god. That redstone, Jesus Christ. So the witch farm produces 7 different drops. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 3 chests remaining. One can be for the flower farm, so that's seeds and flowers. Can seeds go in composters? Actually, I don't think seeds can go in composters. Okay, so 1 for the seeds and the flowers, 1 for the honey, and 1 for the honeycomb, maybe? Maybe we can put the honey and the honeycomb both in one module. We might be able to do that as well. Or, what if we put the storage next to the honeycomb farms? What if we do that? Because then, what that essentially means, I don't know why I keep pressing tab, by the way, it's a weird habit of mine. Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 3 chests left. 1 for honey, 1 for seeds, 1 for flowers. And then we can have the honeycomb stored underneath in... Yeah, okay. Let me try and come up with something here real quick. So if we build something along the lines of this, so it's a very similar design to that, actually no, maybe we won't do a design like that. Let me have a think here. So if maybe we can have this being a separator, the hardened clay. Yeah, let's make that a separator, or the terracotta. Let's make that a separator right there. No, I think that's okay. I think that's fine. I'll continue the theme of the slabs, because I like the slabs, jeez. Let's not try and, you know, be a professional Elytra firework user. So we'll have that as a separator in the middle. And then what we can have is have the honeycomb farm on one side and then chests on the other. So we'll have chests going down the side here and then the actual honeycomb farm right here, which can be situated kind of further in the back here. So maybe we can do something along the lines of having maybe actually some chisel right here, maybe. And we can have a chest there. No, I'm not going to worry about symmetry's sake. So let's make the walls out of terracotta, because why not? And then we can have glass going there, and then have the, you know, a similar sort of design right here. So have that up there, and have the stair going up there, like so. We'll have to have this going back for the stair, just like so. And then we can have the honeycomb farm actually in there. Let me get rid of this stair so I can place these 2 blocks in. And then we can have a flower there, obviously, and actually have the farm in there. So it's a very, very similar design to what we have going on here, but it's ever so slightly different with this. I don't know if I like that, actually. To be completely honest with you, I don't know if I like that terracotta. It's a little bit too much. It's a bit too much, I think. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of this terracotta here. Let's not use that. I don't know why I'm designing this on camera. I just kind of feel like it. So yeah, let me know if you're enjoying me designing this on camera. But yeah, no, terracotta, don't think I'm going to go for it. We might be able to do a separator. I'm probably going to end up just doing the classic, you know, checkerboarding with this. Maybe we can do a different checkerboard pattern? Like between stone and the circle stone, maybe? That could work. It could work. No, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. It's too samey. It's way too samey. I'm gonna have to think of something to put in between there. Maybe some stripped oak. Let me grab some stripped oak. Let me try some things. I really don't want to, but I think I'm just gonna end up going for the, you know, circle stone and andesite checkerboard. I think I'm gonna end up just going for that because it's really, really stony in this area, and if it doesn't look stony, it's going to look a little bit weird, I think. So I'm going to go and craft up some more of that and try and get a design in here. That's unfortunate. Well, anyway. Okay, fine. Maybe I put the terracotta in there as well, and now it's like the exact same design, but there's going to be chests on that side. Fine, fine. I really didn't want to do that. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't want to do that, but that's just how this project is turning out. And if that's how it's gonna be, that's how it's gonna be. So, yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate, but you know what can you do? It looks good. I'm happy. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm out of andesite, and it is currently thundering, which isn't the best. I think, is there a bed over here? There should be a bed over here somewhere. Alright, I think that is the design I'm going to go for. So that allows for 3 double chests of honeycomb. I think that'll definitely be enough. Unfortunately, we're going to have some form of an item elevator that goes up to put the items in to those chests. But I don't think that's going to be a huge deal, necessarily, if we build, you know, some form of an item elevator, that is. But yeah, so we have that design. I started building it over on this side as well. However, I don't have all of the chests that we need. So let me go ahead and craft up some more chests. We need 6 of them, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. that was really bad. 6 chests. There we go. Which direction are these facing? I want it to be a little bit symmetrical. This way. Okay, cool. So now we just need to place these facing this way, and also place in the polished andesite and the circle stone. Except I'm out of circle stone, and I put it in the wrong place. Well, anyway, for the time being, let me just place those and scaffold out here, place in these hoppers, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to get the items from underneath there, from the honeycomb farms, up into here. Right, let's do a 360 view of this whole area. So we have the front, we have that, we have that, and we have that. That is pretty much this whole bottom area done, except for the flower farm, unfortunately. But yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, but anyway. Now, I think I want to do a little bit of technical work, so I'm going to start off by doing all the redstone behind this, and then I want to come up with some sort of a system that'll allow us to detect which ones need bottles, and we'll be able to send the bottles to the one that is needed. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Alright, so I've decided to go ahead and change up the redstone just a little bit here. Essentially, what I did is I made it so that the dispenser is on the top instead of on the bottom. This will make it a little bit easier to load... No, it's not. It's going to make it harder to load bottles in. Okay, no, it should be about the same difficulty. Okay, yeah. You'll still be able to load bottles... Actually, no, I don't want to do this design. I really don't want to do this design. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. So the idea of having the dispenser on the top like this is that you can fill this totally up with bottles, and the honey bottle will go down here. No need for an item filter. I thought this would be a little bit easier on the redstone side. However, it's made it extremely difficult to be in order to take an output from this. So we can do it like this. And basically why we need an output of that is to see if this needs any more. So we can do it like that. Yeah, actually this might work. If we do it like that and then have a repeater output just like so, that should theoretically be able to do it, right? Okay, so now what I want to do pretty much is have this go out to a chest maybe. Yeah, I'd say a chest. And then this chest will have 2 hoppers taking out from the bottom here. And it will determine which side and then which, you know, distribution of the items it needs to go through. And that's the general gist of it. That's the general idea. Will that work? Hopefully. Hopefully it will. Now I'm fully aware that this comparator here will actually lock this hopper. But I don't think that's a huge issue. And the reason why is because, well, if this is empty, right, then items won't have to transport in there anyway. So that can just be like an extra buffer, I guess, of items. And so yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine. And maybe what we could even do is just have it like that, and then have a hopper line running across the top like so. Yeah, I think that'll work perfectly. Because then if we, you know, if this needs hoppers, or bottles rather, that'll act as the buffer right there. So if we put, you know, some bottles going through here, they'll all get taken into there, right? Or will they all go into here? They will go into here. Okay. Well, what we can do then is have an extra hopper. And then that'll essentially mean that when the items will go through here, just like so, that will go through there, and that'll get stuck in there. Well, it'll actually get stuck in there. Okay, cool. and then that'll act as like a little buffer system. Why did that not go into the top there the first time? That's really weird. Anyway, the point is that works. Can you drop items in from the top here? No, you can't. Okay. Well, anyway, that works. So the items will essentially go in here, and the reason that will do that is because that'll essentially act as a buffer. So you'll be able to have up to, I guess, yeah, 10 stacks of bottles as a buffer. And then so if this happens to run out of bottles, which we can simulate by taking, let's say, a stack out, then this will turn off, and it'll send through one bottle at a time, or 2 bottles at a time, I guess, until it's got, you know, a full thing full. And then once this is full, then that'll activate just like that, and then that buffer will be fine, and then that buffer will start filling up again. Okay, perfect. I think that's the system we might be going for here. That is actually really nice and easy to build, nice and compact. Hopefully this will all fit under the modules on the top. I'm not convinced it will, but hopefully it will. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to build this in the single player, in the survival world. This is a single player world as well. I'm going to go ahead and build this in the survival world. I'll be back with you once I have that. Okay, what have we learned from this experience? Hopper mechanics are bizarre. So essentially, right, let me break it down for you here. A hopper can input to the side of a locked hopper, but it can't input. It can input to the top, but it can't input to the top in that way. No. Okay, so it can't. This hopper can't take. That makes sense. So hoppers can put into this hopper, but this hopper can't take from other hoppers. That's essentially what's going on here, which is really annoying because I need to have hoppers running across this seam in here, because that's actually a gap between, you know, if I go into the world right here, into the actual survival world, that's actually, there's a gap right along here, and unfortunately, we can't run hoppers along that gap because of how the mechanics work with locking hoppers. So if we have a repeater just like that, and then a block, we can't have hoppers running above because this hopper doesn't take. It can only get given, which sucks. Really, really sucks. So it has to go out by one more hopper just like so, which then goes into this zone, which then gets given in by that. That's really frustrating. Really, really frustrating. I've been sitting here for ages trying to come up with some sort of a fix for it, but I can't come up with anything, except I just had an idea. Hang on. What if instead of the hoppers giving from the side, the hoppers give from the top, just like so? Then, how does that help us though? Then we can't get a comparator output of anything. We can't get a comparator output of anything that way. Because ideally, we'd want to lock this if, you know, that has enough bottles in it. But how do we detect from that? Maybe what we can do... Okay, technically, yes, I've come up with the design. You can see that items will flow through here. They will go into this... Oh, they actually go straight into the dispenser. Or into here, right? So if we fill that up with bottles, or we only need 1 bottle in there, actually, right? So that doesn't have any bottles, and if we chuck a bunch going through here, that'll fill up. That'll go into a buffer here as well, I guess. So there's a buffer there, there's a buffer there. So this technically works, except there has to be a redstone dust right there, which really sucks. I don't know. We could shift the whole thing down by 1. Why don't we just shift everything down by 1? I can't believe I didn't think of this sooner, but literally, we literally just have to move it down by a block, and we can fit the redstone perfectly fine. We don't have to go into this section or anything. We just move it all down by 1 block, which actually doesn't even look that bad anyway. We just move it down by a block, and it's fine. It's literally, it's that simple. It's that simple. Boom. Just like that. I can't believe that I didn't think of that sooner. We just have to move it down by a block. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, anyway, I guess it's time to rip out all of the progress that we made, or a lot of the progress we made anyway, move it all down by a block, and then, yeah, alright, I'm gonna get to clearing out some things. Alright, so I have a mute button on this mic, which is great for the section that I just filmed. I just hit the mute button, boom, gone. Anyway, so I've built all of these down by a block, and I've actually gone ahead and done all the redstone here, and I ran out of hoppers, but I had the perfect amount to do 2 hoppers per thing, which is kind of funny. I also made a hopper line that goes all the way down here, so it'll be able to pick up those, transport them all the way to the end here, and we can just run that into the bulk storage for the honey, right? However, the issue with this currently is that it might, the hopper line that goes across might take from these hoppers up here, which is a little bit of an issue. So essentially, yeah, the hopper line is going to go along here, and it'll pick up from these hoppers, which we don't really want. So I'm kind of thinking of ways to try and fix that. I might end up moving these output chests because they're a bit weird how they work. All the items get like weirdly distributed into them, and it's not really the most ideal place to have the chests, is it? So I might consider moving them to maybe even above, so you can like click on the chests up here or something. Nah, that would be, I'm not really into that too much. What's actually directly under here? Honey farms. Obviously, that's what we were doing the redstone for. Maybe we can just have the chests in here. Would that work? If we just had like one double chest in the center here, that came out like that, I think that could work. So if we just do like that, and then put, let's just get rid of, oh, there's a lot of iron and stuff in these. If we just put one double chest up there, how will that look, I wonder? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks alright. It's not the best looking thing in the world. Obviously, this is going to be, you know, these chests won't be here in the floor. Do I like it? Kind of. It's not the best. It's definitely not the best, but I think it's alright. I think that it's perfectly alright. I think that's fine. I think it's fine. We probably won't need more than one double chest of items anyway, because we're only putting one chest of items in at a time to be smelted. So I don't think that's gonna. I don't think we're gonna run into that much of an issue in terms of that. And you know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and make it so it's just one chest there. It'll make life a little bit easier for ourselves in the future with various different things. 51 iron blocks from, you know, smelting up all the iron we got from mining, I think that was. That's a decent amount. Anyway, so I'm going to get rid of these, and if we just mine that hopper out and replace it like that, then all of the items from the super smelter will go in there. Then we just need to replace those stripped logs at the bottom there, and we should be good to go. So yeah, let's just really quickly on camera, may as well, replace those right there. Let's, do we have any oak? Where's our oak? There's some oak. Okay. Let's head over here, like so. Place that in. Strip those. Yeah, it sticks out a little bit. It definitely sticks out a little bit. There's no two ways about it. Maybe we can even just make it a single chest. That is a lot better. That blends in a whole lot better. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. One single chest. Not massive, but not tiny. It is tiny. It's good. It's fine. I think that's fine. I think that's perfectly a perfectly reasonable amount. Also, all of our doors up the top here have been destroyed. All of them. Oh, except for one. We've got one door left. And I think that's from zombie pigmen who are coming through this portal and just destroying all the doors. So I think I might go ahead and actually add some fence gates along the bottom. Or even, no, I might actually add some rails along the bottom. So, do we have any just regular rails? Yeah. If I just add rails along on the bottom there, essentially what will happen is zombie pigmen will spawn in here, but their pathfinding won't go over the rails. That was a feature they added like 1.4 or something. So they actually won't be able to walk over here and bust down the doors theoretically. Sorry about that. They won't be able to bust down the doors theoretically, which is good. So I think that'll be perfectly fine, and it looks alright. I kind of like that actually. I actually really do kind of like that. That's a cool little bit of detailing. I might do that like there and stuff. Or maybe on the other side, I don't know. Who knows, but anyway, that's just gonna protect us from zombie pigmen, And it's a kind of cool concept that I like, that I used it in the starter base when we had villagers roaming around to stop them from going into the nether, and it seemed to work for the most part. So yeah, I think we are going to make that there. So you can see the old design and the new design. The new design doesn't look quite as good, and it's quite a bit darker as well. Maybe we can add some glowstone in here. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, you can see it, but it's not like really over the top. Hang on, I wonder if light passes through beehives. You know, for some reason, I was really expecting these things to be transparent. No idea why. Yeah, it makes total sense that it's not transparent. Why did I think it was a transparent block? You know, it's not the most subtle thing in the world, but it's subtle enough to not, you know, be totally in your face. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just chuck some glowstone in these bits right here, and I'm one piece short. Don't you hate it when you're just one piece of glowstone short? Okay, we've got some more in here. I've been stashing things all over this place, so yeah, we might run into a few different things that we're going to have to grab from here. But anyway, so that is pretty much the entirety of the modules complete. Let me just put in these poppies, and then essentially all we need to do is put the loaded beehives in the back here, and then it'll start producing honey for us. And I think that's just about it. Oh, we also need to add the hoppers and hook up the bottles to it. But other than that, we are pretty much done, which is really, really good. So, yeah. That's only one side done, though. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the other side off camera. That's a detail I missed. There we go. I think that looks a whole lot better now. Yeah, that looks infinitely better. Okay. I was wondering why it looked a little bit different to the testing world. That would be why. I thought it was the bee nest. No, it's these. Okay. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is just add in the final hoppers that need to go across here, and then I think that's going to just about do it for this episode. Right, so I've gone ahead and added the final hoppers in here, and I have realized it's going to take a few shulker boxes to fill this system up with bottles. But I think that I probably have a few shulker boxes back at the starter base, over at the starter base, so I'm going to head over there, grab a couple shulkers of bottles, and start loading them into the system. Right, if we head into the behind the scenes area right here, we should see that we are able to place in these shulkers here. So all these three, no, glad I checked that. Okay, all these three shulkers here are full of glass bottles pretty much. And so I'm going to go ahead and place those in there, and they should start making their way into the system, and we should start seeing bottles going into all of the dispensers. So if we open this one, yeah, you can see bottles are starting to go into that one, not quite this one yet. So it'll fill up this one and then that one, and yeah, so essentially we're going to have to wait for all of the bottles to go through the system, and obviously I have to rebuild this other half here, build all the redstone for that and all that. But I think that is going to have to be off camera. I think I'm going to do that off camera. And yeah, because I think that just about does it for today's episode. I really hope that you enjoyed. Let me go into third person mode. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of my new microphone, the Blue Yeti right here. I'm really happy with it. I think it sounds really, really good. And yeah, done a few test recordings, and this is the first video I'm actually recording with it. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of the microphone. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, whatever. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.